Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jake and welcome to Vlogtober. I was thinking about doing this for a little while. I obviously love autumn and the holidays. I think I'll probably try and do like some form of Vlogmas as well. But I was like, it actually would be nice to just try out like a little taster of Vlogmas by doing like a bit of Vlogtober. So I was hoping this month that I'm going to try to, obviously I work full time, like 9 to 5 in the week, but I am going to try and do maybe like a vlog every couple of days and just bring you along with some nice like autumny bits. I've got so much that I love to do around this time of year, like going to the pumpkin patches. I want to go to like a Shocktober or like a scare fest, so that's going to be fun, even though I'm the biggest scaredy cat. And just like all the home like decorating and just getting all cozy for winter. Honestly, I'm so excited. Just made my coffee. I'm like loving moving over to hot coffees already. Like I do love an iced latte, but sometimes like you just can't beat a nice cup of coffee in your hand or tea or anything. But yeah, today is Wednesday. It's the 1st of October. So I'm going to film a bit today and then tomorrow, and then hopefully this will go live tomorrow evening and then be like episode 1 of Vlogtober. That's the plan. But yeah, if you're new here, I live down in Brighton with my boyfriend Ty and our 2 dogs, Piper and Willow. We actually moved here this summer, and so it's been so nice like moving to the seaside in the summer, but I'm a little bit nervous about what it's going to be like in the winter. I've heard horror stories about how windy and stormy it is down here, but I'm sure it's going to be fine and lovely and hopefully like nice and cozy. Although I've been travelling the past couple of days up in Scotland, so for work I work in like finance and I've had to go and do lots of like visits to different bank branches. I don't know why I'm rambling on about this already, but I had to go up to Stirling, which I got back from last night at midnight. I'm so tired, so this is my first coffee of the day. It will not be the last. I'm at the moment just busy writing a report with works basically on like all these branch visits. So I'm going to do that this afternoon. But this evening, I'm not too sure what we're going to do. I want to go for like a nice mooch in the lanes, pick up some like autumny bits, maybe grab some more autumn candles. I think we've already got like 8, which we're getting a bit out of hand. Maybe I'll just talk you through all the candles I'm burning at the moment. But yeah, we've been like such nice weather down here. I'll insert some clips towards the end of when I was up in Scotland, but also Ty was down here and he was like taking the dogs on these lovely sunset walks. And like whenever I've been down the beach, it's not been a nice sunset at all. So I keep missing it anytime I go traveling. But yeah, we've been up to quite a lot. We've actually got a flat viewing this weekend. We're meant to have one this afternoon in 15 minutes, and the estate agents got in touch and said that the existing tenants have handed in they've cancelled their notice and so they're not moving out, which I was like, well great, you could have told us a bit sooner, we just asked like where we're meeting you. So that's a pain, but yeah, we are moving flats, possibly. We're not too sure. We obviously moved here this summer, we love this flat, but we're just having a little nosy. We did think originally this flat would be a bit of like a base for like, not a base, but when we first moved here, like figure out what areas of Brighton, because we're both totally new to Brighton. And then like if we found like other flats that we like, then we're exploring. So we're not moving immediately, but we did and do still have some flat viewings this month. So it's going to be a bit of like a strange month. I don't know. It's going to be really nice, really cozy. I'm excited to be filming for like a month. I mean, it's a bit of a challenge. I don't know how well I'm going to manage. There might be some days that there isn't obviously a vlog. Like I'm going to try and do like every other day. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We'll see what we get up to. I'm really looking forward to it and I can't wait to bring you guys along. So I'm going to go get to work now, which isn't the most riveting, and then this afternoon I shall pick up the camera and we should do some fun bits. So it's a little bit later on now. We've decided that we want to bake cinnamon rolls this evening. So it's actually Bake Off. It was Bake Off last night if you watch Bake Off. But I was obviously travelling and we like to have like a nice little sweet treat when we watch Bake Off because I just get so jealous of them eating like all these delicious cakes and cookies and all sorts. So I haven't baked cinnamon rolls in so long. We're going to go to the shops in a second, just after our lunch. We need to eat first, obviously. So Ty's just warming up some leftover chili con carne from last night, and then we're going to go to the shops, grab some ingredients. Last time I baked cinnamon rolls, I followed this amazing recipe, but it honestly took us like a day to bake them, like just waiting for it to rise, because I think like you have to wait for the yeast to like activate and rise, and then you wait for your dough to rise, then you do like a second proof after you put the filling in. It's so much effort, so we're going to go to the shops, hopefully get started on the process a bit earlier today, so that when it comes to Bake Off this evening, we can just stick them in the oven and they'll be nice and fresh. So fingers crossed it works out well. I shall leave the TikTok link below from like the recipe that I followed. I know there's one in one of the books that I've got as well, like a recipe book from Claire Saffitz. So I might check that out and see what that recipe is compared to this one. But this is the one that I followed on TikTok last time. They turn out amazing. I like a really doughy cinnamon roll. I know there's all different types. Like if you go to a Gale's, they have like a really crispy and like crunchy and like tight dough. Whereas I like a big cinnamon roll with a load of cream cheese frosting on top as well, because some have like just crispy like demerara sugar on top, and so yeah, I like a cream cheese frosting. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. So this is the recipe that I found in the Dessert Person book, although the actual dough itself, like I said, it's going to take hours and hours. So it takes a hour or two to actually make it, and then we have to refrigerate it for around 4 to 7, I think, hours. So we're going to go to the shops now and get on it, so that at least then, when it's time to watch Bake Off, we can have our buns. So just back from the shops now, I actually ended up buying loads of ingredients because this recipe, the cream cheese recipe I'm following needs like 500 grams of cream cheese, which I don't usually need that much, so I don't know how much frosting I'm making. But we're going to get started on the dough now. I'm just following the Claire Saffit's recipe from the Dessert Person book, like I said, so I'll link this down in the description if it's online, otherwise I'll write it out in case anyone wants to read it. I'm a little bit worried because my yeast, I already had like, I don't know, 8 packets of it from last year, but I know obviously it goes out of date. And whenever I've made yeast before, like the yeast mixture, you know it's meant to like foam up and sort of rise. Mine has never done that. So I've actually got a thermometer now from my last baking adventure when I baked like 3 cakes, if you've seen that vlog. And I had a bit of a breakdown because I needed to go and buy a thermometer, and there's just so many steps. But I'm lucky now that I have that because I can actually get the milk to the certain temperature. I don't know, it's so complicated, but we're going to make the dough now and then leave it to prove. I think we have to do it for 4 hours, it says. Well, 4 hours until it's cold, and then it's better if we do it 8 to 12. Obviously, we want to eat these tonight, and it's nearly 4 o'clock now, so I'm going to get it done quick, and then hopefully by 8 o'clock, then we can actually have our buns. I also picked up this Jersey whole milk, which I've seen around, and I've heard that Jersey milk is meant to be really nice and yummy, and this was basically the same price on Nectar Price, so I thought I'd give this a try. Hopefully it just makes them really nice. It says it's luxuriously creamy, premium milk, grass-fed Jersey cows, so we'll see what this is like. Good afternoon. It's actually a different day. So today's Thursday. This first vlog is off to a great start, but I had a bit of a meltdown yesterday afternoon because we were trying to make those cinnamon rolls, and I realised that when we moved, we must have left our dough hooks at the old house because we did not have them. So we were trying to do it with the normal whisk and the beaters, but that just wasn't working. No one in the building had a spare electric whisk. I went to all the shops nearby. They obviously don't sell the attachments separately. Piper's chosen a great time to pick up her squeaky toy. But I ended up ordering some attachments on Amazon. They have just arrived. And I also bought a new hand mixer just in case they don't fit that one. So I'm going to go and open them now. I just picked them up. We are going to have a nice successful afternoon of making these cinnamon rolls, a cozy vlog, and then, yeah, I'm speaking into existence. It's going to be a success. So let's go and see if they actually fit. So this is the new attachment. I also... What Ty doesn't know, I bought a new jacket from Vinted. What? He's looking at me off camera. It was £5, so I got a new jacket that I'm going to try as well. But yeah, I picked up obviously the attachments. So this is for the worst case scenario if they don't fit. And then this is all I needed yesterday, just these little hook attachments. I would love to have an actual stand mixer. Obviously those are £500, but I'm really praying that these fit because obviously then I save money buying a new whisk. No, they don't fit. It would have been too good to be true. Okay, but we've got the spare hand mixer, so I'm not having a breakdown just yet. So even though they didn't fit, I'm hoping this is a success. I always find it funny like what they send them in or vintage, because I think this is a jacket in a shoebox. On Pinterest yesterday, when I was at the airport, I saw this outfit, this looks very big, of like just a navy jacket with white trousers and like a grey jumper. And so I like reverse image searched it. And I picked this up on Vintage for like £5, although I'm thinking it's very, very big. So I don't know, it's a small, but I feel like ASOS sizes sometimes are quite big. I don't know actually, that fits. I think that looks quite nice in the camera. Do you think?
Yeah, cute.
Yeah. It's a good £5 find, although I have no coat hangers at the moment, so I'm going to have to do some reorganising. So she's just proved for around 40 minutes. I think it's coming out okay so far. I've now got to put it in the fridge though for like 4 hours. It says for 4 hours and then 8 to 12 is better, but I mean it's 5 o'clock now. That's 9 o'clock. I'm just going to put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, just firm it up a little bit, and then we can roll it out, make the cinnamon buns, like actually put the cinnamon filling into it. And then it has to prove again, doesn't it? So really it's going to be about 9 o'clock until I eat these. It's so annoying because I wanted to start them really early today because I know they take a long while, but we obviously had to wait for the delivery of the dough mixer, so it's fine. I'm going to put it in the fridge now. I need to make some room in the fridge. And then I'm going to take the girls for a nice little walk. It's now like the end of work. So Ty's just come to meet his friend. I think they're going to come back here. There's not going to be any cinnamon rolls left for them. I mean, they're not even going to be made at that point. But yeah, I'm going to take the girls for a walk. Need to figure out what we're doing for dinner. I don't actually know what I fancy. I've not been too hungry recently, and like, all I want right now is a cinnamon roll, but obviously that's not dinner. So yeah, need to figure out dinner, put these in the fridge. I'll speak to you in a bit. So it's been an hour and 40 minutes, and the dough is absolutely ginormous. I don't know how I meant to put this in there for 4 hours, like at a minimum, because it's already the size of the bloody bowl. Obviously it's going to deflate, but I think I'm going to get this out now. I don't want it to like, I know it's not going to overproof, but I just want to get on with it because it's 7 o'clock now. I need to actually form them. And then I need to put them back in for another hour on proof. So really these aren't going to be done until 9 o'clock. And I'm not going to want a cinnamon roll there. Obviously I'll try one, but I wanted one now. I'm a bit over it. This always happens with bacon. Like, it takes so long, and then you're sort of just sick of it. But I'm going to make them now. I should have actually... I'm going to keep this in the fridge because I need to make the butter. So, like the cinnamon butter. So let me do that. I'll keep this in the fridge. And then, hopefully it doesn't take too long. We shall see. I've also got a jacket potato in the oven because... I don't know if you can actually see me. Let me come down here. My hair looks really short. It's really throwing me off. And this lighting... very harsh, but I've got a jacket potato in the oven because Ty's gone out with his friends, had a burger, and he was like, do you want me to get you a burger? I'm trying to be healthy. I was like, I do want a burger, but like, it's fine, I'll sort myself out. But we have nothing in the house because Obviously wasn't here this week, and so we've not done like a proper food shop, so I've got a jacket potato in the oven that I'm going to have some beans and then a cinnamon roll for dessert if I ever get around to it. So whilst that cooks, let me do the thinning and then we can roll them out, put them in for their second prove, and then they'll be ready to go. So my recipe in the book is actually for a walnut maple bun, which obviously isn't what we're making, so I'm using this as a guide, but I've just got like a TikTok recipe that I've done before for the filling. So we just need some brown sugar, cinnamon, a dash of nutmeg, some ground cloves, and then a third cup of room temp butter, a third cup of temperature butter. So let me just whisk that together. I'm going to put it in a bowl, and then I don't know, I always worry, I'm like, have I done too much? I'm not sure. Let me just do this, and if it's not enough, I'll make some more. That is a lot of sugar. I love how I've just told you I'm not having a burger for dinner, but I've literally just done a whole cup of light brown sugar. It's light brown, so it's healthier. It's okay. So this is where we're at the moment. I've managed to put them into 2 tins. Usually when I do it, I have like 3 sort of the same layout as this. But these ones are just ginormous. And I feel like if I was to put them all in, I like it when they're cramped. So like they go a bit caramelized together, but I just feel like they won't prove and rise enough if they're all cramped together. So I've got 2 separate tins at the moment. I've just popped them in my Le Creuset dish. I feel like it might be best to do it in like a roasting tin like this again, so they go a bit caramelized, but these have always worked pretty well for me, so I'm going to stick to them for now. I'm going to put them back in the fridge for another hour to prove, and then they go in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. So, with that maths, oh my god, it's going to be 9:30 when we have one. Oh my god, they're huge. Oh, quick, pop them back in, pop them back in. Oh, oh no. Wow.
Oh my god.
So they're out the oven. They were in there for half an hour. They are probably the best looking cinnamon rolls I've ever made. They're absolutely huge. I'm so glad I didn't put 3 in here because it just would have been a bit cramped. They've gone a little bit rectangular, but I guess like once we've got the cream cheese frosted on top, you probably won't tell that they're the wrong shape anyway, but these are the leftovers. I'm really toying with the idea of whether I should do the frosting tonight because it's already... Oh my god, I think my watch is in sleep mode. It's 9 o'clock. And obviously we need to wait for them to cool and need to do the frosting, but it just seems such a shame to not eat them tonight after I've just spent like 8 hours making them, so I might just whip it up now quickly. So here they are. I accidentally went a bit overboard with the icing, but honestly, I'm not too mad about it. I've just tried to scrape some off so they look a little bit more presentable, but I do like a lot of icing on my cinnamon buns. They've turned out so good. We actually had a little taster of like an offcut a minute ago, and it was just so nice and doughy, so I'm really happy with these. I'm gonna tuck into one now, although it is nearly bedtime, but they just look so irresistible. Now that the cinnamon rolls have been baked, that brings us to the end of episode 1 of Vlogtober. Thank you so much for watching this video. Honestly, I don't know what this video has been. It's probably been me having a bit of a mental breakdown. I've been so tired with like the travel from work. I just feel like there have been so many challenges thrown at me this week. And baking these cinnamon rolls was not on the cards, but I just thought, yeah, it would be a nice activity. And I just always forget that they honestly take like a day to make. Like I always think that I'm exaggerating when I tell myself it's a day. But truly, it's like a day's worth of work. All the proving, the kneading, like, I don't know. But they're so yummy. I'll leave all of the recipes and everything I used in the description below in case anyone wants to make them. Honestly, they are so worth it. It's just a lot of food though to have. Like we now have, I don't know, maybe like 13, 14 cinnamon rolls in the fridge. What are we going to do with them? Like I can't eat them all myself, so I might have to go and knock on some neighbours' doors or something. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. This will be going live on Friday. I had hoped this would go live today, which is Thursday, but obviously there's no way I can edit this. You're all asleep, it's 10 o'clock. So this is going to go live on Friday, but there'll be a new video Sunday, and then I'm hoping to do like every 2 days a little bit of a Vlogtober episode, so we shall see how we get on. We've got a lot planned coming up. Like I said at the start of this vlog, we're looking at buying a flat, so we're going to go and view that this weekend, see how that goes. Obviously I'll bring you along, which isn't very Vlogtober-y, but we also want to go to Tully's to go to the Shoptober this weekend as well, so that's going to be two different spectrums, buying a house and going for a scare maze. Really looking forward to doing this month of vlogging, and I hope you will enjoy it as well. So please like and subscribe if you are thinking of hanging around, if you've enjoyed this video, I don't know. But I'll see you all in a couple of days.